We have a lot of experience helping clients successfully increase web traffic. One of the best ways to do this is through what's called search engine optimization, or SEO for short. The goal of this video is to give you a basic overview of how search engines work so you can better understand what search engine optimization, or SEO, is all about. Let's get started. As of today, there are over 130 million registered websites out there on the internet. To sort through all of it, most of us rely on search engines to find what we want. And these search engines have become so good that over 90% of people using the internet rely on them to find things. Now, there's lots of good search engines out there, but about 83% of people worldwide use Google. So that's what we'll use in this video. Just keep in mind, the concepts we're discussing apply to all the other search engines too. When you search for something with Google, you get back a results page, and there's lots of stuff on it. This shows you how many websites Google found that are probably relevant to what you're looking for. Here, companies can pay Google to place ads for when people search for particular things. But this is the section most people care about. It's the actual results list, which is just a list of websites that are most likely to contain what you're looking for. And you'll notice this is just the first results page. You can click down there for more. Now, here's the important part that most people just don't know. Over 94% of people that use Google only click results on this first page. If they don't find what they're looking for, they usually don't bother clicking on subsequent result pages. Instead, they typically prefer to just adjust their search terms and start from scratch. And of those people who do click on that first page, most only click in what's sometimes referred to as the golden triangle, or top 3 or so results. In fact, about 63% of people just click right in there. This is why optimizing your website for search engines or doing SEO is so important. When people search for something that's relevant to them and they see your website in their search results, they're going to click and visit your page. And these aren't just any visitors. These are people that are looking for exactly what you offer. So, of anyone, they're the most likely to convert into customers and subscribers, etc. But if your website isn't showing up towards the top 3 results or so, or if it isn't even on the first page, it's almost like your website doesn't exist. No one can even find it. Now, in our example, we searched for California sandals and we got back about 22 million website results. It's not exactly a small number. Have you ever wondered why some websites show up on this first page and others are stuck way down at the bottom of the pile? Well, a site's position in search results is determined by what's referred to as PageRank. Every website has a ranking for particular search terms or keywords. In the beginning, the first search engines worked by tracking all the words on web pages. So if you searched for California sandals, you'd get back a list of websites containing those 2 keywords. And the websites that had those words most often were ranked higher and they showed up towards the top of results pages. Well, in 1996, 2 Stanford PhD students noticed while they were researching academic papers that sources that contained a lot of keywords didn't necessarily mean they were more relevant. What mattered a lot more was whether those papers were cited often by other papers. So they applied this citation concept to web search. They suggested websites that were backlinked a lot, that is to say, were referred to often by other websites, were more likely to be relevant. That's how Google was born. Search engines today all follow this model. They still look at your website's keywords, but they then rank your site's relevance on the number and quality of backlinks to it from other websites. So think of it like this. Keywords lets Google see your site and know what it's about. Backlinks determine how much Google trusts your site to be relevant. So keywords are important because they tell Google you're out there, but backlinks move your website up the food chain. That's why the search results you see are called organic or natural results. They're constantly changing based on what people actually do out there on the web. Unsurprisingly, as there are these 2 aspects to how search engines find and rank pages, there are 2 corresponding components to SEO. First is the on-site component. This is where you ensure your site is full of keywords that are relevant to what your site's about. So for example, if you sell sandals in California, you want to make sure relevant keywords are on your site, like sandals, California, ocean, beach, flip-flop, shoes, leather, sand, things like that. The second component of SEO is called off-site SEO. This is where you work to create backlinks to your website that originate from other sources. Links to your site can be created using articles, social media, blog posts, discussion boards, and so on. But keep this in mind. The more influential or legitimate the website is that links back to you, the more effect that backlink from that site is going to have on your search result ranking. So that's it. SEO is super important because it helps you move to the top of relevant search results. And since almost everyone relies heavily on search engines to find anything online, SEO is the most effective way to increase traffic to your site. Good SEO takes time, so the sooner you start, the sooner you move up the results ladder. And this is our second video about search engine optimization. In the last one, we went over the basics of SEO and what it is and how it works. In this video, we're taking things to the next level. We're going to go through a real-world example to show you just how big of an impact SEO can have on growing your business. First though, to review. You'll remember from our last video that SEO helps you get your site to show up towards the top of search engine results. And this matters because everyone uses search engines. When they do, they're usually searching for specific things, so when they find you, they're already interested. And people really only click the top few results of the whole page. So to get these ideal visitors, you have to be towards the top. Otherwise, you're just buried under a pile of a million other websites. So that's why SEO is so important. Now let's demonstrate this with a real-world example. A lot of our customers are small or mid-sized businesses. So let's pretend I'm a dentist working in Mission Viejo, California. That's my hometown. If I'm a dentist, the first thing to figure out is which search terms or keywords matter to my practice. Of all the searches people are doing out there, on which ones do I care to show up? Well, you could do this all day, but here's a sample of some keywords that we came up with. We think they're pretty good. And we're just gonna pick one on which to focus, the simple one. Dentist, Mission Viejo. Easy. Now, here's the fun part. Google has a free tool that lets you plug in certain keywords to see how many people actually run that search every month. Just go to this link to get the tool. So let's plug in our term, Dentist Mission Viejo, and see what it spits out. Okay, 2,400 people search for Dentist Mission Viejo every month. That's a lot of people. And it looks like 1,900 of those searches were local searches, which means they were people in the United States looking for a dentist in Mission Viejo. Those are the exact people that we want to target. Now remember, when using search engines, about 70% of people just click the top few results, which means if my hypothetical dental practice website were towards the top of the results page, I could expect about a third of that 70%, or about 444 visits a month. That's a big boost in traffic, and not just any traffic. These are people who are already looking for a dentist in Mission Viejo. That's exactly what I offer, right? So, as a business owner, the real question is how many of those visitors can I expect to turn into customers? Or, as a dentist, patients? Well, that depends. How nice is my website? Is my phone number clearly visible on the website? Is my receptionist nice when she answers the phone? You know, things like that. So just for fun, let's assume only 4 out of those 444 visits turn into actual patients. That's less than 1%, so it's pretty conservative. Well, if an average patient spends $150, that's $600 a month, or $7,200 a year in new revenue. When you start running the numbers, it gets pretty easy to see why SEO is such a big deal. And that was just for one search term. Remember, we had a whole list, and each of those keywords has their own group of people to target. This is why so many businesses love SEO. 72% say it gives them the most bang for their buck. More traditional marketing efforts like newspaper ads or commercials for TV or radio, they just pale in comparison. Not only are they really expensive, but they just don't target your potential customers nearly as well. SEO, on the other hand, lets you focus your efforts on the exact people you want to visit your website. Now, getting towards the top of the pile isn't easy, and it definitely doesn't happen overnight, but good SEO specialists can help you improve your page rank over time.